19th February, I can't say, 19th February, 12:38 p.m., Riot Road. It looks as though the police are still here carrying on with their investigation. Perfect. Let's go find Inspector Gregson as quickly as possible. Yes, and let's see if he'll take a break from his chips to look at the silver tip Iris gave us for him. Yes, time to bribe the cop. Before we do that, do we need to look around? Not really. It's like, oh, you already. Why are you here? Are you still looking around? Sunshine. All right, Iris's postcard. Gotta make sure the mic's away from my head. That's what. Inspector Gregson. Do you have a moment? I'm sorry to say I don't. I'm a very busy man. Much too busy to talk to a pair of foreign catapults. Catapults. That's all for sure. We have these for you. A present from Miss Iris Wilson. What? For me? From her ladyship? Her ladyship? Give that here, at once. Come on, have it over. That's for me. Don't wait for me to give it to you, will you? What was that coin exactly? It's a silver crown, obviously. But it's a lot more than that. As well, it's an appearance fee, that's what it is. An appearance fee? Oh, I see you mean. That's right. Well, the Avengers are Herlock Sholmes. Her ladyship always offers me a little financial reward for featuring me every time. Yes, of course. I know all about your exploits, Inspector. I read them avidly. Of course, her using my name without my say-so does make me the butt of a lot of unpleasant jokes, but still. I am sorry, Inspector, but that must be very difficult for you. Never mind that! So, what do you want to know then, eh? Oh, sorry? Tell him the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem, it says. Well, obviously, it's not a problem. Go on, fire away! What you want to know? Well, if you wouldn't mind, Inspector, we'd very much like to know the address of Mr. Natsumi's lodgings. That little knight really mustache Japanese fellow. He lives in a right old hovel. It's right over there, look. Just right there. I don't know why you had to ask. It was right there in front of you the whole time. You could have just went in the door. It's unlocked. You could have done that. You know. Come on. Most of the police officers were in there too. Like, come on. On the first floor of that house. On the corner where that wreck of the bicycles popped up. That is nearby indeed. If I remember rightly, the landlord is a Mr. John Garib. Alright, well, if you see her again, you make sure you give her ladyship my regards, you hear? I mean it, you tell her that Gregson sends his very best wishes. Don't worry, Inspector, we will. You don't have to yell at it. Like a goodbye for now, then. And long live her ladyship. He's trying to make sure he treats us well because he doesn't want to be viewed as a idiot in the stories, I bet. Well, at least he told us what we wanted to know before he left. Yeah, so then shall we go and see what we can find in Mr. Natsumi's lodgings? Definitely. Alright, let's look inside. Okay, I'm just kidding. And to Mr. Natsumi's lodgings. We don't need to look around because we already looked around before. This is not his lodgings! Mr. Natsumi's lodgings? Ain't no way that he lives here! Who the fuck are you? May I help you? Yes. Would this be the residence of Mr. John Garib? Indeed it would, sir. Indeed it would, sir. And who may I say is calling? I'm sorry, by the way. My name is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. Mr. Naruhodo is representing Mr. Sosuke Natsume. I believe he takes lodgings here. Oh! We should very much like to ask him some questions about our client. Oh! 1 moment, please. I shall convey the message to Mr. Garrett. I'm going outside now. Did you see that, Mrs. Sato? That was a real-life English maid. We already seen one before. What? We saw it in court. I know. As I understand it, anyone in standing in English society employs a number of household staff. But that was the first time I've ever seen one in the flesh. Oh, this day keeps getting better. It certainly feels like we've really arrived now, doesn't it? We need only to meet a butler, and the experience will be complete. Well, I'm not sure if I go that far, but I understand the sentiment. I am back. Thank you for waiting. Mr. Garrett, we'll see you now, this way. He was just there the whole time. Wait, what? We didn't even need it. Huh? What was the point? He was just in front of us. And what does he look like at the moon? That uniform looks fairly ancient, isn't it? Are you not gonna talk to me right now? Good morning. Come on. Out with it. Come talk to me right now. It's clearly been well looked after, though. That old thing. Not much better than rocks, really. Oh. Or that ceremonial bomb at the retirement bash, you know. But I'm not one for dwelling on the past, me. Not me. Would have gladly thrown it out, but you know how it is. Anyway, doesn't it hurt to have the odd piece of memorabilia lying around, does it? But Wally. Oh, I see. Perhaps we should leave the past in the past. I like how we started talking to him, even though we haven't really properly introduced ourselves. Is that a full-size cannon? What's it doing in here? Oh my, it's real. I thought it might be a replica. No, it's real. That old thing, that's a little more than a toy. Sorry? The army was selling it off when I retired, so I decided to give it a new home. Never know when the enemy might attack next. Jolly useful to have a cannon about the house. Really? It isn't overkill? Be prepared, I always say. You never know what this twisted world is going to throw at you next, boy. Do you think there might be trouble brewing, Mr. Garrett? Always is. Take the one works here. Never fails to have clean up apron in reserve. Dries them out with the barrel, you see. They dry very well on the cannon there, Joanne tells me, which rather proves my point, I feel. It's been reduced to a drying rack. No wonder the huge cannon looks like it's hanging its head in shame. He's like, oh man, I fought in war and this is how they repay me? What the fuck? I noticed that you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garrett. Do you enjoy reading? Even experience of London winter, boy. The nights are long. No better. Why is he stirring his coffee or tea with his fucking... I forget what it's called. Fuck. His smoke pipe. Why is he doing that? That's disgusting. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Ransom magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garrett enjoys the adventures of Herlock Sholmes too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. Oh, that old thing? I don't know. It's just good for fire, I guess. I don't really read it. He's not really that thrilling at all. Are those mortar shells? They're enormous! I hadn't noticed. What are they doing here? Those old things. Couple of little rounds I accidentally fired into the barracks during training, you know. Became a bit of colorful regiment folklore, that incident. You mean you deliberately hunted out the spent shells? Well, I wouldn't say deliberately, exactly. The only scrap of iron, after all. Usually they're just thrown away, I believe. But you never know when things might come in useful, do you? Useful for what exactly? Yes, well, I can't really name a good example. Oh, this one woman over here. Joanne here did manage to knock one of the bodily things on my foot the other day while she was dusting. Oh no! And instead shed a tear since 1869. Before then, you know, during my wedding day, I guess. I don't know. Maybe we consider throwing them away. Like, why have them if it's just gonna hurt you? That looks like a Medal of Honor, and it's showcased with a very grand banner. Oh, yes, it's a display of some pride, I would say, although it bothers me that it's not straight. What? That old thing? Sorry? I should be glad to see the back of it, but the general would turn in his grave if I dispose of it. The walls of the best place for it keeps the bodily thing out of my way. So it's just been polished to shine by accident, I suppose. There appears to be an inscription on the medal itself. Look. Let me see. It says, for distinguished participation. Sounds like a kind of honors even I could be in the line for. Well, one doesn't like to blow one's own trumpet, but I was given that for my time up in the war in the army. Can't measure an officer by the number of medals. To his name, of course, common knowledge in military circles. Ah, really? I would assume the more medals you have, the more well respected you are in the military. But oh, I didn't ask my cousin, honestly. My cousin is in the Navy. I want to know if he has a lot of medals or anything like that. I kind of want to know. That portrait of Mr. Garrideb is glaring at me, I swear. Have you noticed that the little frames contain photographic prints of Mr. Garrideb as well? Yes, and there seems to be a statue of a lion on the mantelpiece as well. Ah, yeah, she seemed to come back from the local pawnbroker with that little trinket. Seemed to come back? What do you mean? The chap who runs that place is a bally wizard. Went in to sell him something that came out with that thing. And in point of fact, now I think about it, I rather often find myself leaving a place with something I don't need. Really? The lion ornament certainly does seem surplus to the requirements. So the son doesn't pull any her punches. Or her throws, for that matter. You really gotta say, like, Jesus Christ, you gotta dial it back. Look at the enormous screen! It must have been put there deliberately, surely. It must be someone's room, I guess. I don't know. Maybe that's where this is assuming. It's like, holy shit. Yes, it certainly seems like someone's trying to hide something from view. What could be behind it, I wonder? I'm going to have a very quick look. Just a little peek. Maybe let's not, Mrs. Sato. I think the maid is going to head us off with a cup of tea. Sorry, I have a little thing in my throat. I didn't mean, sorry about that. I don't like how the freaking underwear is up here. Anyways, now to the right side, which doesn't really provide us so much. What the hell happened here? Look at the crockery of display here. It's rather unusual, isn't it? Oh my, a genuine London treasure. Isn't it delightful? Although the shelves on this seem to be broken, and the crockery is, oh dear, it's in pieces. It really is. The word cracked wouldn't do that Chinaware justice. It's broken. Ah, I wonder. Perhaps the cannon was fired at it. Yeah, it's probably something like that. But let's not delve into too deeply here. Don't want to be nosy as fuck right here. Ooh, cake! Or food, I guess. Oh, look! What a wonderful collection of cakes lined up on that gleaming silver cake stand. Lined up? It looks more like someone has half demolished them to me. Afternoon tea is
is a time of indulgence, you know. It is quite the English way.
English way, apparently.
It is a Mr. Garrett's custom to take 2 cakes with his tea.
For 2 cakes for 1 cup? Cool. I should get 2 cups then.
That sounds delightful.
Oh, wait a minute, though. There are at least 10 cakes on the cake stand.
Well, naturally, and it would never do to waste the leftovers. So whatever Mr. Garrett doesn't eat, I say to myself, Joanne, you should have to tidy up.
How magnanimous of you. Anyways, let's talk to this pairing right here.
Good day to you, John Garrett, at your service.
Pleased to meet you, sir. This is Ryunosuke Naruhodo. He's a defense lawyer.
Do excuse me for not getting up. Took a shot on a knee a few years back in the Battle of Maywand. Don't you know?
I don't know. Why would I know?
Don't you know?
Like, why would I know that?
Earn a medal for my pains, but had to withdraw from service. Handed over the reins to you up in the Cummings.
So he's retired soldier.
It's a hell of a job of getting up and down the stairs now, I can tell you. Don't get out too much, as you can imagine.
It's quite a climb up here to the 2nd floor, isn't it? I was panting at the top of the stairs. You really must take more exercise, Mr. Naruhodo. Do you think so? I agree with her. I also agree. That line really hits me too because, for those who don't know, I'm back to school. I'm taking kickboxing, and my God, I am so out of shape. I mean, I can still do the exercises, but I get tired faster. Holy shit. Well, Mr. Garrett, no doubt you were very courageous to earn yourself a medal.
Oh, it was nothing. Oh, it was nothing. The medal's just a delay, really. Wouldn't you like to offend the general, though? So I gradually display it on the wall. Why don't you fetch it down, Joan? Let these good people see it properly. Joan, fetch the... Ah! Dash it all, woman! Be careful!
Oh, dearie me! I do beg your pardon, sir.
You jolly nearly took the skin off my hands.
I shall be more careful, sir.
So anyway, there you have it. Living the quiet life now.
Yes, I see.
Now then, I hear you want to know about the chap lodgings downstairs. Is that right?
Yes, we would be very grateful if you could answer some questions for us.
Only so please, naturally, especially if it helps you to keep the peace here in Brightly. We forged an alliance with the Empire of Japan recently, as I'm sure you're aware. So this case is very much in the public eye, as it were.
Oh, it is it?
Even had some famous detective poking around, you know, in this old house, would you believe?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Could have been. Didn't catch a chap's name. Not really my cup of tea, all that detective business.
But you have the book.
Oh, but you have a copy of Rancid magazine here, so...
No.
Anyway, the chap's investigating the foreigner's room as we speak.
So he's in Sasuke's room.
It's a rowdy nuisance, so that is what it is. The whole neighborhood's twitching its curtains now. I don't like to all this fuss. It's jolly unsettling.
Alright, so about Mr. Natsume.
About Mr. Natsume, Mr. Garrett, please do tell us.
Ah, yes, the Japanese chap. Only been lodging here for a week.
Oh, just 1 week? So he moved in recently then?
I have 2 lodgers most of the time. One on the ground floor and one just below us. the first floor became available a week ago, you see there's been... Ah! That's it all, Joanne. Do be careful.
Oh my goodness, I'm terribly sorry, sir. If you want to know my opinion, I thought he was a shady sort from the moment I set eyes on him. I'm racist, by the way, just letting you know.
Oh, why? Because she's racist, didn't you hear?
He seemed to have most nervous disposition, always shaking and looking over his shoulder. The man had a shady written across his sweat-soaked brow, if you ask me. I said to myself, Joanne, that man is trouble. Sooner or later, he's going to do something untoward. And I'm rarely wrong about anything.
She is wrong, by the way. We won't be calling this maid as a witness, that's for sure. Was there anything else that struck you as suspicious about the man at all?
Yes, of course. Yes, indeed, there was.
And she's dying to tell us. Alright, the shady lodger.
How do you notice?
Oh, my that's the wrong word. How do you notice anything else at all about your lodger, Mr. Natsume?
Oh my word, yes. The man was shadier than an orchard.
Could you elaborate?
She just seems like it. He just sleeps shady. That's what it is. That's why I'm saying I'm racist. Well, take the man's room. Absolutely stuffed full of books it is. More than anyone could ever read. And he never so much passes the time of the day with among living soul. I haven't seen a single visitor at all. Visitor call, I mean. He just trots off to that old bookshop every single day and comes back at 5 to light the gas fire. And the funny little man is up long past the time everyone else in the house has gone to bed too.
Oh, I see.
The gentleman on the ground floor goes to bed around 9 each night. But I've never known the Japanese fellow to retire any earlier than 2 in the morning.
Ah. What's wrong, Susato? Could you clarify something, I wonder?
What, pray?
How do you know so much about Mr. Natsume's routine?
I'm not a nosy bitch, I swear!
I understood that neither of the lodgers live on this floor on the house. Is that correct?
That's right, yes. They're both below us, on the first floor and straight level.
Then how is it that you know so much about the lives of your lodgers? The precise times that they come back in the evening, for example. Even the times they go to bed.
I will not say. Ah! Good grief, Joanne! Be more careful, woman!
Oh my goodness, sir! I'm terribly sorry, sir!
I'm so sorry if that hurt someone's ears. I'm so sorry. I can't wait to hurt my ears later. Something doesn't add up here.
I'm not saying anything.
Every time when she wants to change the subject, she does that, by the way, if you notice. It seems that the incident took place at around 5 in the morning. Did you happen to look out of the window at around that time?
The window? The window? The window? Ah, yes, the window.
Yes, we mentioned that the window over there looks out over Briar Road. The incident took place on the pavement just on the far side of the street. Was there anyone suspicious loitering nearby? After all, you're being noisy as hell. You would have noticed that at least.
Sorry, I went back on a burp. 5 o'clock is dinner time in the everyday password. So I'm afraid I don't remember seeing anything. How about you, Joanne?
No, sir. It would have been dusk outside already at the hour. And with fog as well, I should think it would have been quite impossible to see the other side of the road.
Oh, I see. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary then?
Such as?
Anything at all, even that seems unrelated.
Well,
Yes, was there something then?
well, it's not a particularly significant, but around that sort of time in here. Ah! For the love of God, Joanne! Watch what you're doing!
Oh, dearie me! What have I done? I'm awfully sorry, sir.
Do be more careful, woman.
Of course, sir. If I may, Mr. Narahalo,
Yes?
I have an exceedingly good memory.
Yeah, good memory, but doesn't remember my name. Bullshit.
And as far as I remember, nothing of any significance took place here at that hour. Nothing at all.
Oh, really, Mr. Garrett? The way you were talking before, it sounded rather like there might have been.
Oh, really? I was saying, what's the traveling matter, really? Nothing! Ah! Joanne! That's it all! What is the matter with you, woman?
Begging your pardon, sir. Nothing happened.
Yes, quite. Nothing happened. We sat down to a quiet, uneventful meal. Joanne, I'll keep my mouth shut, but you could have just pinched me or something like that. Now pour fucking hot coffee! Or drink tea, I mean.
That's right, Mr. Garrett.
What is the matter with these two? This sounds like something happened here in this room on the evening of the incident, but what? I wish I knew. Mr. Natsume's room. Alright, let's talk about that then. At least you could tell us that! Could you tell us which floor Mr. Natsume's room is on then?
Why, certainly. Just below us, on the first floor.
And Mr. Sholmes is still investigating there, even as we speak.
Yes, told me not his name, had asked him to look into the matter. So I gave him the key.
Mr. Natsume has engaged Mr. Sholmes' services? That's a blatant lie. Would it be alright if we also had a look around in Mr. Natsume's room, I mean?
Yeah, sure, go ahead. Don't see why not. It's just down on the lighthouse stairs.
Who knows if we'll find anything that could help us with the case, but we have to try. We need all the clues that we can lay on. Oh yeah, sorry. We need all the clues we can lay on our hands on, shall we? Yes. And while we're there, we can speak with Mr. Sholmes again. Perhaps he'll be able to help tell us more. Alright, time to go. Time to go see our good old friend, Mr. Sholmes. Mr. Natsume's finally to Mr. Natsume's room, not Garrett. I don't know why I went to Garrett's room. Hey, look, a cat! 19 February, Mr. Natsume's room. Oh, I gotta stretch right now. That's why. What? Just look at this place. And smell it. It's musty in here. I suppose it's the mountains of old books that are responsible for that. Mrs. I don't think I've ever seen so many books in all of my life. No, no, me neither. It's so dark in here, too. Why is it the windows all bricked up? Is that the window over there? Well, it was the window, I think, yes, once upon a time. But for some reason, it's been closed with bricks and mortar, or whatever it's called. So this is where Mr. Natsume lives. This is sad. By the way, I haven't spotted Mr. Sholmes anywhere, have you? No, that's true. But according to Mr. Garrett told us, the great detective should be around here somewhere investigating. Alright, let's examine where it is. He's nowhere to be found! Where is he? Where is he? I see a lot of books, holy shit. Look at all those books stacked up in here. They must have reached the ceiling. But there's a lot of English literature, and they all smell so musty. I hate that smell. I really do hate that smell of books. With this volume of books in hand, you never be short of reading material, would you? No, what a dreamy idea. A bad dream, maybe for me at least. Well, for me too. Like I don't read either. I was gonna say I can't read. Clearly, I'm lying right here, but I can read. Mind you, I don't imagine the book that's at the bottom of the pile now will ever read again. Ah, so the reading is an experience that comes but once in a lifetime, just as the tea ceremony teaches us. I certainly didn't expect the conversation to turn down a path of tea or ceremony philosophy. Not at all. Although he said, oh, memories when I was trained as a young lad, or a young girl, whatever. Could you even call this a window? I think so. It was a window at one time, after all. Although, all that remains is a frame around some bricks now. So really, it's just a wall then, is it? There. Why would anyone deliberately break it up like that? I'm afraid I have no idea. Ah! Perhaps Mr. Natsume painted the brick design on in a fit of whimsy. Ah, that's alarmingly feasible. Anyway, whatever the reason, the lack of ventilation in here makes the place very oppressive. It does. I imagined being cooped up in a room like this would it be extremely trying. It would. It would be upsetting too. Oh look! It's a beckoning cat from home! And it's a big and bulky, isn't it? Surely Mr. Natsumi didn't bring that Maneki Neko all the way from Japan with him. I hardly think you're in a position to comment, Mr. Naruto. Are you forgetting the enormous Daruma doll that you brought in your luggage? Well, it can be dangerous traveling aboard with... I want a lucky charm. You carry that? You have that in your... When you... You have that with you? Where did you put it, by the way? Because you were locking in a wardrobe before. Well, I imagine Mr. Natsume wanted it the same. And this cat is sure to beckon good luck to him. Well, it's not doing a very good job so far, is it? Yeah, exactly. You mustn't say such things. I didn't say a word! Why are my eyes such a giveaway? Yeah, he didn't say anything. But it is true. I was like, it didn't help out. He's in jail right now. Look at all this. Look at all these balls of paper on the floor. There are notes scrawled all over them in English. Looks like the waste paper basket is so full, they've just fallen out. I think Mr. Natsume must have been deeply immersed in his research, don't you? Or deeply averse to tidying up his mess. I wouldn't like to speculate which is closer to the truth. Yeah, we wouldn't. Let's see. This one right here. That desk seems to be wedged into the crevice between the mountains of books on either side. I suppose Mr. Natsume would sit there and read it while stroking his cat. But surrounded by on all sides of these towering old tomes, surely he dreamt of books every night as well. Yes, he must have done, mustn't he? Oh, what's this? A receipt of the second-hand bookshop. Your books. Oh yes, Mr. Natsume's name is on it. Look, on the day of purchase. 2 days ago at 4:45 p.m. That's the day of the incident. That's just a short while before he was embroiled in a terrible attack. He must have been on his way back from buying some old books. He could have mentioned this before, but apparently he didn't. Second-hand book receipt. Receipt discovered in Mr. Natsume's room for some books he had purchased in the second-hand bookshop before the incident occurred. The second-hand book receipt has been entered to the court record. So let me see. I haven't really looked at the old. I know this is where they found the body. So the book should be right here, right? So he went all the way here, I guess? I don't know. And for this, Mr. Natsume, customer, the sum of 2 shillings tendered a receipt of the Book of the Monsieur Liqueur, whatever it is, the Meal Gaborio, or whatever, and Canterbury Yearnings. Interesting. Alright then. Anything from here? Oh my god, it's him! But before we have, let's go talk to the cat. Did he just meowed? I'm just sorry. Good thing my friends don't watch this. Apparently, you think you can find it cringe. Oh my, what adorable little cat! Perhaps he's looking after all the books while his master's away. I don't know about that. He disappeared into the pile of books as quick as a flash. It was a tricolor Mickey? Wasn't it? Do they even have some sort of cat in here in Great Britain? Perhaps Mr. Natsume brought a little creature with him from Japan. That made me feel homesick now. Already? We've only been in the country for 2 days. But we have been on sea for more, so letting you know, he can still be homesick. Ah! Look, Mr. Naruto! It's him! Aha! There he is! Where did he appear from? He seems to be engrossed in the pages of an old book. I hope he won't mind if we disrupt him. Hello, Mr. Sholmes! Ah, you two, good day! Now, let me see. Where was it that we met? Oh, Mr. Sholmes, we were together on the SS Buria. Oh, yes, of course! The Buria! And let me see, what happened on that voyage? It was Kazuma Suki. He died tragically, but you were a great help to us. Ah, yes, but of course, the case of Mr. Suki. It was the one with the snake, wasn't it? Wasn't there was there another case that was on the boat? Oh, well, you seem to remember something of it at least. What an honor to be remembered vaguely by the great detective Herlock Sholmes. That's an insult. So this is Mr. Oh, no. My dear madam, hold your tongue. I pride myself on my superior powers of recollection. Your names are briefly recorded in my brain attic. Mr. Naruto, Miss Naruto, and Mr. Sasato. Try the other way around, Mr. Sholmes. Ah! I lose the first round. In truth, I had hoped to invite you both to my Baker Street suite the day we arrived in London. But some Scotland Yarders ambushed me to the railway station and whisked me away to the crime scene. It was an entirely trivial case, of course. I solved the matter in no more than 30 minutes. So they apprehended Sosuke-san in that short an amount of time? I'm afraid that the perseverance of the new case was dulled my recollection of my part involvement of a little. A little! It is a mistake to think that this one brain attic is elastic, walls, and distant to any extent. I do my best to forget useless facts, lest they should elbow out the useful ones. Yes, and yes, those are my own words of inimitable wisdom. You know, from the adventure entitled The Study in Scarlet. Please, there's no need to quote yourself. I don't always remember my pearls of wisdom, but fortunately, my associate pens them beautifully. He means Iris, I suppose. Mr. Sholmes, we have some extremely important questions to ask you about the trivial case you just mentioned. Oh goodness, what an earnest expression. My dear madam, I should be only too pleased. And this murky room is an apt place to discuss a murky case. I guess we're gonna talk more about the case now, then.